Hey guys, it's Mo in the deep end. I know I'm a little early. I know that we weren't scheduled to go on as early and everything. I'm trying to get everything out on, but let me go to stop screen, present screen, because we do have a verdict that is going out live right now in the Gareth Purse House case.
First House, we have all jurors present, including the alternates, all count.
Oh, and I know this was kind of like I
All right,
said, I
Mr. Clerk, if you would read the verdicts onto the record, please.
they're not going to stand up. Where's Doogie?
The Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, Department 107, case number BA 485-380, people of the State of California versus Gareth Pursehouse. As to count one, we the jury, the above entitled action finding defendant Gareth Pursehouse guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 187, subsection a crime as charged in count one of the information. We further find the allegation that Gareth Pursehouse intentionally killed Amy Harwick by means of lying in wait within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2, subsection A, subsection 15 to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 1 foreperson. To count two, we the jury, the above entitled action find the defendant Gareth Pursehouse guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 459, a crime as charged in count two of the information. We further find the allegation that a person was present in the residence during the commission of burglary to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 1 foreperson. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Would either side like the jury poll?
Yes.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as I call your juror number, please answer yes or no to the following question. Are these your verdicts and findings on the special allegation? Juror number 1.
Yes.
Juror number 2.
Yes.
Juror number 3.
Yes.
Juror number 4.
Yes.
Juror number 5.
Yes.
Juror number 6.
Yes.
Juror number 7.
Yes.
Juror number 8.
Yes.
Juror number 9.
Yes.
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 11.
Yes.
Juror number 12.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this now completes your jury service. I want to thank you. I gave you an item when this case started. It was unforeseen that the COVID illness was going to hit, and you were very diligent. I got to say that, and I thank you all, even the alternates. Sometimes you're the unsung heroes in this as well. Thank you so much. But that's the only way our system works, and that's with your participation. And I wish you all luck, and you are dismissed at this time. Thank you.
Yes, I will. Let me go back here. We will. I was honestly shocked because generally when they say 10 to 15 minutes, it's been, well, it's been not quite 10 to 15 minutes. It's been more like an hour to an hour and a half. So them staying generally on time has somewhat shocked me. I'm trying not to let me embiggen this because I had it kind of on the side page so I could, oh, for the love of Cheetos. Back to where you were. Oh, come on.
Gareth, first house, we have all jurors.
All right.
We are on the record in the matter of People versus Gareth First House. We have all jurors present, including the alternates, all counsel present, including the defendant. Who is the foreperson? Juror number 1, is it correct that the jury has a verdict? You can have the verdict forms over to the bailiff, please. All right, Mr. Clerk, if you would read the verdicts onto the record, please.
The Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, Department 107, case number BA 485-380, people of the State of California versus Gareth Pursehouse. As to count one, we, the jury, in the above entitled action, finding defendant Gareth Pursehouse guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 187, subsection a crime as charged in count one of the information. We further find the allegation that Gareth Pursehouse intentionally killed Amy Harwick by means of lying in wait within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2, subsection A, subsection 15 to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 1 foreperson. To count two, we, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Gareth Pursehouse guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree in violation of Penal Code Section 459, a crime as charged in count two of the information. We further find the allegation that a person was present in the residence during the commission of the burglary to be true. Dated September 28, 2023, juror number 1 foreperson. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Would either side like the jury poll?
Yes.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as I call your juror number, please answer yes or no to the following question. Are these your verdicts and findings on the special allegation? Juror number 1.
Yes.
Juror number 2.
Yes.
Juror number 3.
Yes.
Juror number 4.
Yes.
Juror number 5.
Yes.
Juror number 6.
Yes.
Juror number 7.
Yes.
Juror number 8.
Yes.
Juror number 9.
Yes.
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 11.
Yes.
Juror number 12.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this now completes your jury service. I want to thank you. I gave you an estimate when this case started. I was unforeseen that the COVID illness was going to hit, and you were very diligent. I got to say that, and I thank you all, even the alternates. Sometimes you're the unsung heroes in this as well. Thank you so much. But that's the only way our system works, and that's with your participation. And I wish you all luck, and you are dismissed at this time. Thank you for serving.
Okay, so shockingly, I know we are all shocked that his I'm big sad did not work out for him. But I am I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Well, look, it wasn't a whodunit, but I am glad that he was found guilty of all the counts. I mean, he did lie in wait. He did burgle her house. He did, it was first degree. It was premeditated. I mean, he stalked her. He found her house. He waited for her. She wasn't super Spider Woman. It was, and for Helen Lovejoy to sit there and look like, well, how dare they? I mean, with the defense like that. Hello, Gigi. So, yes, guilty on all counts, guilty of first degree murder, guilty of the special lying in wait condition, and guilty of burglary. So, Mr. Prison Pocket will be gone for a long time, and hopefully he will work on his jokes because I don't know that and or hair washing skills. I'm guessing sentencing will be at a later date, and I will have to watch more at the end of it because I'm sure they'll schedule, all of that jazz, and I will come up with that day. Yeah, I mean, now I'm sure they were trollertons on uh good evening, atheist aunt. Yes, I'm so glad for guilty for all. I didn't think that the defense's line of defense was actually going to work, but you never know. Juries are wild creatures. They are, they're going to do what they're going to do, and everyone brings their own personal experience, and you never know what anyone's personal experience is. So, good evening, HT. So, it's always a wild card. You get attached to these cases. You definitely, I mean, you go in and sometimes there's mixed feelings, but this one was pretty much, yeah, kind of from the get-go, you didn't really have a whole lot of mixed feelings, but I am just glad that, Amy's family hopefully will get a little bit of peace that no one bought the big sad, defense, and he will, get to work on his stand up for the rest of his life. because I think it will take him the rest of his life to find something funny other than his hair. All right. So we started nightly newsy news. Well, we started a little early, but we do have some newsy news. And so we should get into it. In the first newsy news story, I found the suspect in one of the stories that I covered earlier yesterday in the Forbes 30 under 30 tech CEO Pava Lapierre was busted at a train station after a 2-day manhunt. So that is really good. The convicted felon suspected of murdering tech CEO Lapierre in her Baltimore apartment was arrested Wednesday night, according to authorities and a report. Jason Billingsley, 32, who is considered highly dangerous while on the run, was nabbed just after 11:10 p.m. in Bowie, Maryland, after 2 days on the lam, according to a since deleted tweet by U.S. Marshal Service in Baltimore. So that is wonderful news because I know he was considered highly dangerous. Sources also confirmed to local station Fox 45 News that investigators tracked the fugitive to the Mark station on Laurel Bowie Road, where they arrested him without incident. Billingsley was named the sole suspect in the murder of LaPierre, who was reported missing on Monday and later found dead with blunt force trauma to her head. The 26-year-old founder of EcoMap Technology, who was named on this year's Forbes 30 under 30 list for social impact, was discovered badly beaten and partially clothed on the rooftop of her upscale Baltimore apartment building. Billingsley is still on parole for a violent rape and assault of a 25-year-old woman in 2013. So, yeah. So in the article I reported on yesterday, he was given a 30-year sentence with, I think, 16 years suspended. I would like to know what calculations were used in the suspended sentencing. I'm getting a little tired of reform meaning let's just let everyone out instead of, hey, reform meaning, hey, let's be sort of kind of logical about this and perhaps like nonviolent offenders we can let out without bail, and then people who are obviously violent, maybe we keep in jail. Just a thought. I don't know. I'm a person that talks into a microphone on the internets. I am not a politician, but those are thoughts. Police warned the public to beware of the alleged killer, who is also a suspect in a horrific attack on a man and woman about a week before LaPierre was found dead. Okay. Billingsley is being eyed as the man who broke into the man and woman's house, where he handcuffed and duct taped them at gunpoint and allegedly raped the woman before slashing her neck. Then he allegedly doused them in a liquid and set them on fire, nearly killing them. A 5-year-old was in the house. Okay, again, just and then, "Good evening, Kitty Boo Boo." I just okay, perhaps maybe we could have, like, just a little common sense. So, at least he was caught. I'm glad he was caught. I feel just awful for her friends and family, and I know that catching him won't solve anything right now, but it'll be maybe a first step for them. Let's see. In other kind of sad news, the second actor to play Dumbledore also passed away. But, I do like this story, not him passing away. What I like about this particular actor is that when he got the chance to play Dumbledore, he didn't really know who he was. And his granddaughter almost forced him to go play her because or go play him because, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Harry Potter." So he kind of reluctantly went to do this part. I may or may not have been a total Harry Potter nerd when I was, just a little bit younger, like 4 or 5 years ago. Michael Gambon, actor who played Dumbledore in Harry Potter's films, dies at 82. So he had a rich, full life, and, you can tell there's nothing sad when you've had a rich, full life and you pass. It's really sad, like the previous story, when you don't get a chance to do that. Actor Michael Gambon, known for playing Professor Albus Dumbledore in multiple Harry Potter movies, has passed away, his family said in a statement Thursday. He was 82. Quote, "We're devastated to announce the loss of Sir Michael Gambon." Hopefully I'm saying that right. Uh, Said the statement issued on behalf of his wife Anne and son Fergus, a publicist Claire Dobbs said publicist Claire Dobbs. I know, I was. It was in the past, like 4 years ago. Uh, it added that it was he died peacefully at the hospital following a bout of pneumonia and with the pair at his bedside, and honestly, if I were to pick a way, surrounded by family and peacefully would be my way. Quote, "We ask you respect our privacy at this painful time and thank you for your messages of love and support," the statement added. He was born on October 19th, 1940 in Dublin to a seamstress mother and an engineer father. He left school at 15 and 7 years later, he qualified as an engineer having completed his apprenticeship. Yeah, he did a really good job moving into that role. I mean, he definitely did a great job, I thought, and played him with sincerity and I think did a pretty good job. But the lure of the stage, inspired by a local theater troupe or group, proved too strong, and he began to tread the boards professionally in the early 1960s. In 1962, legendary Shakespearean actor Laurence Olivier made him one of the founding members of the National Theatre at London's Old Vic, alongside other emerging greats, including Derek Jacobi and Maggie Smith. As Gammon built his reputation on stage, roles on TV and movies followed, including the lead in 1986's widely acclaimed The Singing Detective. I've never seen that, but okay. In which he played a writer suffering from a debilitating skin condition whose imagination provided the only escape from his pain. It would make him a household name in Britain. Other notable roles include a psychotic mob leader in The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover in 1989, the elderly King George V in The King's Speech in 2010, Lord Salisbury in 2017's Victoria and Abdul. He also had parts in Wes Anderson's comedy films 2004's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou and 2009's Mr. Fantastic Mr. Fox. So, he had a great full life, and it also I wanted it's I don't know. New York Times, all these videos never match the stories ever. It's always hilarious to me. Frequently nominated for awards, he won the Oliver Award 3 times and Critics' Circle Theatre Award twice. He also won 4 British Academy of Film and Television Awards for his television work. He also won 3 Oliver Awards, 2 ensembles Cast Screen Actors Guild Awards for Gosford's Park and The King's Speech. He was also knighted for his services to drama in 1998, but he's perhaps best known for his role as Dumbledore in the Harry Potter franchise, taking over the role for the late Richard Harris from the 3rd installment in the 8-movie series. Although the role raised Gammon's international profile and introduced him to a new generation of fans, he once acknowledged not having read any of J.K. Rowling's best-selling books. I do love that. Among those to pay tributes was Richard Harrison's son, Jared Harris, who wrote on X that Gammon was a brilliant actor and he lived unforgettably in my memory. Actor James Phelps, who played Fred Weasley in the Harry Potter film series, also paid tribute on X, calling him a legend. Uh, he would retire from the stage in 2015 after struggling to remember his lines in front of an audience because of his advanced age. Fiercely protective of his private life, Gavin married Ann Miller. They had one son, Fergus. He also survived by two sons he had with designer. I swear I can speak English some days. Philippa Hart. So, he had a long, full life. And, I hope that his family finds comfort in that. But I know that losing someone that you've loved for a long time is just as hard as losing someone suddenly. It's just a different kind of pain. So hopefully they're getting some comfort and, just having some quiet time to remember good things. Now, in why you should possibly smell your coffee if you piss off your wife, good Lord, um, you can smell it. Airman's husband's hidden camera recorded his wife pouring what he says is bleach into his coffee maker. Now, full disclosure, I pour vinegar into Mr. Moe's coffee maker about once a month, but that's to clean it out. And I always, fully clean that out. Hidden camera footage appears to show a woman trying to poison her husband by pouring bleach into his coffee maker. And the video was taken by the alleged would be victim himself. As Law and Crime previously reported, the police in Tucson, Arizona claimed that Melody Feliciano Johnson, 39, had been poisoning her spouse's coffee since he was stationed in Germany in March 2023. He is an airman with the U.S. Air Force, and the couple had been going through a divorce at the time. After 2 to 3 weeks of his coffee tasting bad, Johnson's husband apparently purchased pool chemical testing strips and and the water turned positive for high levels of chlorine, even though the faucet water was normal. Boom, he is heard saying in one of the self-recorded videos after getting a positive result for chlorinated water. Well, now she's trying to unalive her husband. I'm just trying to clean out the coffee pot. I can't I can't explain what she's doing. But vinegar does work to get that sort of calcified water. We have hard water, and I'm not gonna pay for a water softener because, yeah, I'm not going to. So, I use vinegar and clear out the water or clean out the coffee maker once a month. It's just on my to-do list because I'm also not gonna buy distilled water. According to the officers, he set up a hidden camera in his home and allegedly captured defendant Johnson pouring something into his coffee pot. Quote, he stated she knew that he would prep his coffee pot to be ready at night so that in the morning he just needed to turn it on to make his coffee, documents show. At the time, he stopped drinking the coffee, but continued to pretend to drink it as he did not want to make a report of this while in Germany. This pattern allegedly continued after the Air Force moved him on July 1st to David Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson. He brought the Vizio evidence to the police, and when the initial footage was not clear enough, he purchased even more cameras. He secretly recorded his wife making her way with bleach from the laundry room to the coffee maker and pouring the substance inside. Well, um, ma'am, again, you're getting a divorce. What? Why? Okay, police said. There is one such video dated July 16th, 2023, from when the couple lived in permanent housing. A woman identified as defendant Johnson is in a small room pouring what appears to be a bleach bottle into a small bottle. The footage, which features timestamps and is edited to depict different points of view, shows that in a matter of seconds, she makes her way to the kitchen and pours the contents of the smaller bottle into the coffee maker. Footage from July 5th, 2023, when the couple lived in temporary housing, shows her pouring something into the machine while wearing just a towel. Multiple videos show the husband testing the coffee pot water, even comparing it with water straight from the tap. In the footage, he's often remarking on the smell and that the water in the machine is soapy. You can smell it from here, he says in one video. You can smell it. Look at that, he said, showing the results of the test. Totally changed. Wow, wow, wow. In this and other footage, he showed a close up of the bubbles inside the coffee maker. Man, you done put laundry soap in there instead of freaking bleach. Okay. Yeah, way to be subtle, ma'am. Um, well, defendant Johnson remains uh, at the Pima County Jail on $250,000 bond for charges including attempted murder in the first degree. Online records show. Sal, I believe we have our next case. When this comes up to trial, it has footage. It has her in a towel. It has her in a towel. I mean, what is not to love about this story? Cannot with this. Oh, what was okay, I just that's all right. Well, in terribly sad news, in F around and find out news, a teary-eyed influencer, Meatball, who live streamed herself looting and well, I guess justice seeking in mayhem in Philadelphia, she's charged with 6 felonies now. Philadelphia social media influencer was arrested as she live streamed Tuesday night's looting mayhem, and she fought back tears as she's now charged with 6 felonies. Deja Blackwell, better known as Meatball, shared her firsthand views of the chaos, in which looters targeted several businesses, including Apple, Foot Locker, Lululemon, before being caught. Now, again, she is live streaming all of this. I want you to keep this in mind, where she's giving up her location information, and I think she's tagging other people in her locations. So keep this in mind as this unfolds. Uh, Blackwell can be heard laughing and cheering on other looters as she stood by and watched the chaos unfold. At one point during her stream, Blackwell turned her face to the camera and challenged the cops to arrest her. Well, it almost seems like she threw down the gauntlet, if you will. Quote, tell the police they're either gonna lock me up tonight or it's gonna get lit. It's gonna be a movie, she said at one point. This is what happens when we don't get justice in this family, she screamed as she joined a crowd of youngsters in the street. Okay. Blackwell's video shows hordes of looters rushing into the Apple store and running away with iPhones and tablets. Free iPhones, Blackwell yelled. Now, they all started smashing those iPhones and iPods because they were tracking them immediately, and the thing came up on those things. Now, obviously, do not go loot for justice. I don't think this should have to be said out loud, but apparently it does have to be said out loud. Do not loot for justice or injustice. Don't loot for anything, basically. Police used social media posts of Blackwell and other alleged looters to determine their precise location and amid the chaos. They triangulated her location with her own daggone media posts. Okie dokie. Uh, According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, on Wednesday, Meatball was handed 8 separate charges, including 6 felonies stemming from her involvement in the looting, according to court documents viewed by the Post. Blackwell was charged with burglary, criminal trespassing, conspiracy. The conspiracy charge is because she kept telling people where to go and where they were going to go. It was kind of like it was like a caravan west, sort of an Oregon Trail, if you will, of looting. It was just a friendly caravan of looting. Yeah, Digger, 420. Yeah, it's almost like poetic justice in a way. Uh, and criminal use of a communication facility. Police also issued the influencer 2 misdemeanors, receiving stolen property and hazardous condition physical offensive. So I don't know what that is exactly. But yeah, she crying when she got caught, but over here she didn't seem too upset. And yeah, they smashed and broke these because as soon as they opened the packages and turned them on, they realized they were being tracked. It basically says this is marked as stolen and we are tracking it. Blackwell's bail was set for $25,000, which she posted early on Thursday, according to documents. Following the mass looting city center neighbors and its surrounding areas, Philadelphia police heightened security around the city Wednesday night, but that didn't stop some from causing more havoc. Several stores were struck, including a liquor store, according to footage captured by NBC Philadelphia, and a Wells Fargo drive up ATM that was stolen. Yeah. In total, at least 52 police have or people have been arrested over the past 2 days for their involvement in looting. Now, it's just look, yes, I'm sure this is going to definitely help stuff. Interim chief of police John Stafford told the outlet that lootings were executed by opportunists who took advantage of the anger in the decision of the Eddie Izzari case. So, yeah, just, uh, just awesome. So, apparently Meatball will be, in prison. I don't know if they serve spaghetti and meatballs in prison. I guess that is something she will find out. In happier news, this is actually pretty good. And so Charlie Puth, who I guess is a singer of like current singer, I think I think I've actually heard one of their new songs, but he's a fairly famous singer. My one child assures me made an offer to a street performer whose keyboard was smashed, which I reported on I think earlier this morning. And almost had a slight aneurysm because this girl just annoyed me both with her grammar and lack of apology. But Charlie Puth or Puth, I don't know how to say his last name, was only, quote, "one call away," I guess that's one of his songs, for street performer Andrew whose piano was smashed by a passerby in Athens, Georgia recently. The singer, 31, reached out to Hoos via Instagram DMs and contacted him regarding the incident. According to messages obtained by TMZ, Puth penned to Hoos, "I'm sorry that BS happened to you. Don't ever let it discourage you from performing. I know it won't, but that video just upset me so much." Uh, he added, he continued, "You're a wonderful player. I wish you nothing but success and constant musical inspiration." Who's responded to Puth by thanking him for the nice words and promising he won't ever stop singing. He also revealed that he attended his past show in Georgia and wants to meet him and Billy Joel one day. So, you know, I am glad that he is getting some positive attention from this because this story about made me want to lose my mind this morning. Puth told hosts that while he was unable to connect him with the Uptown Girls singer, he could offer him a ticket to one of his shows. The Post has reached out to Puth for comment. On Wednesday, a video went viral of who's singing Joel's hit Piano Man and a woman knocking over his keyboard. The woman was identified by TMZ. She entered, of course, a non-apology apology. So I am glad. Oh, no, going back to work. Darn real world isms. I am Oh, no, you're but I am glad that he is getting some really good press and positivity out of this because uh I about lost my mind with her non-apology apology this morning. She irritated the living snot out of me. Look, redemption is possible for everyone, but you have to admit you're being a bit of a booger, a bit of a butthole before you can get redemption. And she's like, people have done worse. And I'm like, okay, Miss Gareth Pursehouse, this isn't going to work. So he who's told TMZ he's been receiving donations via Venmo to buy a new keyboard following the incident. The University of Georgia student also alleged that the woman stole money out of his chip jar. So I'm glad that, you know, eh, yeah, that apology also was an affront to English as a language. But I am glad that he's getting tips to get a new keyboard and you know what? I'm just glad that he's getting help. And people that need to get help, um, oh goodness, Brittany, can we please just possibly what is going on here? Britney Spears' video of her dancing with knives prompts a police wellness check. Spears, Spears, 41, posted a video of her dancing in her home with knives, which she said was inspired by Shakira's MTV Video Music Dance Awards performance. I didn't see the VMAs. Did Shakira dance around with knives? I don't know. Authorities performed a wellness check on Britney Spears after her fans expressed concern over a video of her dancing with knives, a source close to the singer told NBC News on Thursday. Spears is quote unquote fine, the source said, adding, "This is overblown. She was expressing her freedom as she continues to do." The singer posted a video on Instagram Monday, writing in the caption, quote, "I started playing in the kitchen with knives today." Yeah, this was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she looks a little out there, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Spears added that fans shouldn't worry and that they weren't real knives. She posted again later saying she was simply copying Shakira, who also danced with knives at her MTV Video Music Awards performance earlier this month. Um, well, look, I only you know, mm, these types of videos are a staple on Spears' Instagram feed as she has posted many clips of her dancing alone in her home for years, but with knives. Look, I can barely walk and Friberto is always under my feet. I one day you're gonna come here and I am going to have a cast, and it's going to be because my lovely, partner in crime, Friberto, has been under feet and he's tripped me. And Ventura County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Fans did call in a wellness check on Britney Spears in January as well, which she said she went a little too far in a since deleted social media post. Quote, "The police never entered my home. When they came to my gate, they quickly realized there was no issue and left immediately." Uh, she wrote, This felt like I was being gaslit and bullied once the incident was made it to the news and was being portrayed once again in a poor and unfair light by the media." So, unfortunately, Brittany, I'm just gonna maybe lay this out here. If you would like to possibly do stuff that you might think, "Hey, would people maybe call the police and say this is a welfare check?" Then just don't put that stuff on the internet. I'm just I'm just throwing that one out there. Not everything needs to go on the internet. It's a strange concept, but not everything does. In all of the civil rights denial thing, apparently the Phillies denied an emotional support alligator from entering their ballpark. Probably not tonight. I'm gonna tell you that there must be a storm front moving through, so my leg is not super happy, so I'm gonna get through this last story, and then I think I'm going to head off. Everything does. I know, this is the civil rights movement we need. Emotional support alligators for everyone. I needed an emotional support swamp puppy, I really do. Because just more chaos. A Phillies fan and his emotional support animal, an alligator named Wally Gator, were denied entrance to watch Philadelphia host Pittsburgh. Social media posts show the gator on a leash with a harness with his name on it outside the stadium Wednesday. I can't. Wally Gator is a working emotional support gator owned by Joey Henney of Jonestown, Pennsylvania. The reptile has a big presence on Instagram and TikTok. Well, of course he does. Uh, um, Citizens Bank Park policy on a support animal is posted on the Phillies official website. It states guide dogs, service animals, or service animals in training are welcome. All other animals are prohibited. Henney spoke to the Philadelphia Inquirer last year and said that Wally Gator helps him battle depression. I can't. Then I should be allowed to take my emotional support vodka everywhere. Look, Your Honor, I am not drunk. I have an emotional support vodka, and it really just helps me with dumb people. I can't deal with it. I give up. What in the world? And he really likes to give hugs and bites. And he said then that the alligator had never bitten anyone, to your knowledge. I I give up. We have gone way too far with this emotional support animal thing. Look, I say Fry is my, in theory, emotional support animal, but let's be honest. He is he is a Fryberto. He is I okay. In this, what in the actual Walmart is going on here? Uh, would have called the police if I knew. New York mom who allegedly ran over 15-year-old twice because she thought he bullied her son, acquitted of attempted murder. Okay. A Long Island, New York mother has been acquitted in a split verdict following her trial, which included charges of attempted murder, assault, after she was captured on camera running over a teen, prosecutors said she believed was bullying her child. Now, I'm confused as to how she's acquitted, but maybe the article will explain because I am confused. Jennifer Nielsen, 36, was cleared of the major charges that carried potential sentences of 5 to 25 years, but was found criminally responsible for leaving the scene of an accident with serious injuries. Dunn ran over kid twice, but you left the scene of an accident. What? Has the world gone mad? Okay. Nielsen was accused of maliciously running over Jonathan Games, 15, 2 hours after she brandished a knife and threatened a group of teens on October 7th, 2022. Yeah. Yeah, you heard that right. I am just as confused as everyone else. Let's continue because maybe they will explain it. According to testimony during the trial, the kids cut school and loitered around businesses in Long Island's Mastic district. While hanging out, someone stole Nielsen's son's Adidas Yee slides. So they were all cutting school, I guess, but they stole his slides while he was outside the Dunkin' Donuts near William Floyd High School. So they were all cutting school near the high school. So they were all sort of near where they should have been, which was in the high school. Okay. This is still not making any sense, but let's continue. Yeah, possibly not the best t-shirt. um After hearing and reviewing the evidence, the jury deliberated for less than 4 hours. Uncertain about aspects of the trial, they requested a testimony readback from an individual who witnessed the crash. They also asked for a review of the assault and leaving the scene charges from Supreme Court Justice Timothy Mazzei. Juror number 5, who agreed to speak to the press on the promise of anonymity, said the jury mainly deliberated on whether or not to convict Nelson of the assault charge. I'm confused. You ran over a kid twice. How is assault the thing you was confused about? Okay, let's continue. The witness testified that Nelson's car accelerated through a bagel shop parking lot on Mastic Road. As she revved up, she hit Games as he dashed toward the store. Other drivers also saw Nelson drive over the teen, mount a curve, then reverse in a way that trapped the boy's body underneath her tires once more. She allegedly ran over him twice. Okay, you still lost me, y'all. Games suffered a broken pelvis, broken ribs, and a punctured lung. Juror number 5 said they wanted to hear more testimony from witnesses during the trial and see more evidence of the actual accident. The prosecution presented both cell phone and surveillance footage of the attack on Nelson's son and her subsequent confrontation with the teens. None of the videos showed the mother running over the boy. A detective testified that poll cameras potentially showing more of the incident were inoperative due to a cyber attack on the county's computers. Juror number 5 said the lack of video evidence actually captured the crash complicated the conviction on the severe charges like attempted murder. Leading up to it was film, but it was the boiling point we missed. Okay. Okay. There's video. I mean, there's not video of her running him over and then not running him and then backing up. Okay, you don't have video, but we often don't have video of people doing actual murder, but we still charge them. I mean, we don't have video of we didn't have video of Gareth actually, like yeeting poor Dr. Amy off the balcony, but we still managed to convict him. So, are y'all serious? Lord, we need to send everyone back to daggone school. The jury was split on determining the mother's guilt, but did agree that she should not have left the scene of the accident. Well, goodness gracious. Many did not believe the eyewitnesses who said she purposely hit Games. The mother also took the stand during the trial, saying that after the accident, she heard a thump and believed someone ran into the side of her Honda Passport. She said she saw the person stand up and start running. In her opinion, the person didn't seem to be injured, so she went home with her child. I would have called the police if I knew I hit someone, she said. Nelson said she and her son had been trying to stay positive since the incident. She was indicted in February 2023. Ma'am, I don't know that your feelings this boy, you done broke this boy's pelvis, broke his rib, and punctured his lung. I really don't really care about your positivity right now, ma'am. Your son was cutting school. These kids were also cutting school. They shouldn't have been there. Your son should have been in school. I mean, there's lists of things that are wrong in this story, okay? I am mhm. Well, I mean, so the Suffolk County District's office also issued a statement after the verdict. We respect the jury's verdict and are gratified they found the defendant criminally liable for her unconscionable treatment of the victim, District Attorney Ray Tierney said about the verdict. I I don't know how much ye slides are, but apparently I don't know. I'll have to look up maybe later on tonight once I'm done being gobsmacked, uh, how how or what the charge is for leaving the scene of a crime. What, like 10 months probation? For the love of Cheetos. Okay, and then in all the craziness, um, some people are finding it hard to get a job, but this, uh NYC College hired the crazy machete-wielding professor, uh, Shailene, Rodriguez. So, I don't know if you know her, she kind of rose up to infamy, uh, but Cooper Union co-eds on Thursday said that they are shocked that the school hired controversial professor who once threatened to chop a Post reporter with a machete. Yes, this is the woman that got so upset by a pro-life, I guess, just group having a table at the university she used to work at, being in the general college, that she basically started destroying their stuff, went on an unhinged rant, and then, when the Post went up to her apartment to ask her about it, she came out and put a machete up to the guy's throat. So, now she was acquitted of that, so, you know. Well, no, I don't think so. The mom was acquitted of the driving thing, I think, but, apparently she was fired from, New York University, but she's hired at Cooper Union, so I guess the world needs more professors. Uh OS, that's scary. Yeah, let me see if yes, this is the woman, and this is how she answered the door to a Post reporter. Um, yeah, that's kinda how she looked, chasing a photographer and a reporter down the street. She was fired by Hunter College, but apparently she's found a new place to land at Cooper Union. Oh, sorry. I realized that too. A student at the Manhattan College told the Post, I don't think it's okay. When you're a student, you want to feel safe. I would not feel safe with that person being my professor. Another student, a 19-year-old art major, called the professor uh, Shalene Rodriguez's new gig crazy. I'm wondering how they interview new professors, the student said. Do they look at their background? No, I don't think such a person should be here. A second year architecture student at Cooper Union said she wasn't giving a reporter her name because I don't want her coming after me. Rodriguez, 46, was fired from her job as an adjunct professor at Hunter College and the School of Visual Arts after she was caught on video threatening veteran Post reporter Revion Fenton on May 23rd. Yes. So as we can see, these lovely women uh, answered the door with a machete and then ran Fenton and or Revon and his camera person down the daggone street like a absolute peach of a woman. Turn in your assignments or else. Fenton knocked on the door of the unhinged educator's Bronx apartment to ask her about an earlier video that showed her flipping out on students at Hunter who were displaying, pro-life materials. I love how they say Rodriguez lunged out of the apartment with a machete, putting it to Fenton's neck and threatening to chop you up with this machete before retreating back inside. She then followed the reporter and the photographer out onto the street where she's seen on video chasing the news crew while wildly waving the weapon. Rodriguez was fired from her teaching gig and charged with harassment before getting a new job to teach a sculpture class at Cooper Union for the fall semester. You know, okay. One student at the East Village School said some on campus thought hiring Rodriguez was kind of cool and the embattled professor was a badass. Okay, well, we call that profiling and we kick those students out. Look, when people show you who they are, you believe them. And if they're okay with this kind of behavior, you just let them be expelled. All right. This is the kind of pre-crime that we're okay with. Uh-huh. I don't think it poses a problem to people problem here, and people aren't talking about it that much. I think it's the outside obsession, but classmates weren't so sure. I think someone who acts irrational like that would have the same mentality in class, an art major at the college said. I'd definitely be worried. Um, I don't foresee her having a job like this very long. And the reason I say that is because parents who send their children to college generally control the money that gets spent at these colleges. And if I realize that my child, well, first of all, I wouldn't send my child to New York for an art college, but if I realize there's a crazy machete wielding crazy person that you just put on staff, yeah, I'm not going to be sending my child there. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of parents are going to get a little bit irritated if, machete mama is your new professor. But then again, it is an art college and she's going to be teaching sculpture, so maybe they'll keep her away from sharp objects. Oh, Lord. Well, that is all I have for you for Nightly Newsy News. And if you came in a little later, the verdict was read in the Gareth Pursehouse case, and he was guilty on all charges. So, unfortunately for Helen Lovejoy, I guess no one bought that he was all the sads and should have just gotten away with it. So, better not better luck next time, Helen. You know, it couldn't have happened to a douchier guy. He has the rest of his life to figure out a joke, and I can't imagine his last name being very popular in prison. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow for Mornings with Mo and Fry. And then I know, shocketh, completely shocked. And then we will be going into the Take Care of Maya trial, and we will be doing the defense opening, and I will be on full on petty patch mode. So you know what that means. We will be making fun of everyone. I will be in full on petty mode. But It is what it is. It is Friday tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and we will be in full-on Friday mode. Don't forget Shat-Faced for Charity on Nicholas's channel, and I think they're still on Verdict Watch and Baker's channel, but I know they would appreciate if you went over there and gave them a like and gave them some views and help everyone else grow and all the other stuff, the YouTubey stuff. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.